In 1492, a daring voyage began that would change the world as we know it. This was the year when Christopher Columbus, an ambitious Italian explorer, set out on an expedition that would alter the course of history forever. At that time, the world map was vastly different from what we know today. The continents were not fully charted, and many believed that the Earth was flat. Columbus, however, had a different vision. He believed that by sailing west, he could find a new route to the riches of Asia. It wasn't a journey to the stars, though it must have felt like it to the men on board. The crew, composed of brave and adventurous souls, faced the unknown with a mix of excitement and trepidation. They were venturing into uncharted waters, with no guarantee of what lay ahead. These were the days before telescopes and satellites, when navigation relied on the stars, the sun, and rudimentary maps. The sailors used early astronomical instruments like the astrolabe and the quadrant to chart their course, hoping that their calculations would lead them to new lands. The Earth's oceans were vast and mysterious, stretching out endlessly before them. The sight of the open sea with its rolling waves and boundless horizon was both awe-inspiring and intimidating. The men had to contend with the elements, battling storms and navigating treacherous waters. Christopher Columbus, an ambitious Italian explorer, was driven by a dream and a belief that the world was round. His determination and vision were unwavering, even in the face of skepticism and doubt from those around him. He was convinced that his journey would lead to great discoveries. With the support of the Spanish monarchy, Columbus set sail with a fleet of 3 ships: the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. Each ship was manned by a crew of experienced sailors, all of whom shared Columbus's hope and determination. They embarked on a voyage that would take them across the Atlantic Ocean, into the unknown. As they sailed westward, the crew faced numerous challenges. Provisions ran low and morale wavered, yet Columbus's leadership and unwavering belief in their mission kept them going. They pressed on, driven by the promise of new lands and untold riches. After weeks at sea, their perseverance was finally rewarded. On October 12, 1492, land was sighted. The crew's excitement was palpable as they approached the shores of what would later be known as the New World. This moment marked the beginning of a new era of exploration and discovery. Columbus and his crew disembarked, setting foot on the new land with a sense of triumph and wonder. They had achieved what many thought was impossible, opening the door to a new chapter in human history. Their daring voyage had indeed altered the course of history forever. Columbus's goal was simple: find a westward route to Asia. The East, with its spices, silks, and riches, held a powerful allure for Europeans. Traveling by land was long and dangerous, and Columbus believed a shorter sea route was possible. His belief was rooted in the idea that the Earth was a sphere, smaller than it actually is. Columbus's fleet consisted of 3 ships: the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. These ships, though not large, were the vessels that would carry Columbus and his crew across the vast and uncharted Atlantic Ocean. Each ship had its own unique characteristics and played a crucial role in the expedition. These weren't mighty warships, but relatively small caravels designed for trade and exploration. Caravels were known for their speed and agility, making them ideal for navigating the unpredictable waters of the Atlantic. Their design allowed them to sail closer to the wind, which was a significant advantage during long voyages. They were crewed by a mix of seasoned sailors and hopeful adventurers, all risking their lives on a journey into the unknown. The crew included experienced navigators, skilled craftsmen, and young men seeking fortune and adventure. Each member of the crew had a specific role to play, from steering the ship to maintaining the sails and rigging. Conditions on board were cramped and challenging, with limited food and fresh water. The sailors had to endure long hours of work, harsh weather conditions, and the constant threat of disease. Meals were often simple and monotonous, consisting mainly of hardtack, salted meat, and dried legumes. Fresh water was rationed, and the lack of hygiene made life on board even more difficult. Navigation was a critical aspect of the journey. The crew relied on the stars, the sun, and rudimentary tools like the astrolabe and quadrant to chart their course. Despite the challenges, their determination and skill in navigation were key to the success of the expedition. The journey was fraught with peril. Storms could arise suddenly, threatening to capsize the ships. The vast, uncharted ocean was a daunting expanse, and the fear of the unknown weighed heavily on the crew. Yet their resolve to reach the New World kept them pressing forward, despite the dangers that lay ahead. As they sailed towards the horizon, the crew held on to hope and the promise of new discoveries. Each sunrise brought renewed determination, and the sight of land would eventually reward their courage and perseverance. The journey of Columbus and his fleet remains a testament to the spirit of exploration and the human desire to push beyond the known boundaries. After weeks at sea, with morale running low, a cry rang out: land! On October 12, 1492, Columbus and his crew made landfall in the Bahamas. They had not reached Asia, as they believed, but stumbled upon a new world. Columbus, convinced he had reached the Indies, called the native inhabitants Indians, a misnomer that persists to this day. Section 5. The New World. Columbus explored the islands of the Caribbean, encountering new cultures and civilizations. He encountered the Taino people, who were skilled farmers and navigators. He marveled at the lush landscapes, teeming with unfamiliar plants and animals. He brought back news of his discoveries to Europe, igniting imaginations and sparking a wave of exploration. Section 6. Return journeys. Columbus would go on to make 3 more voyages to the New World. He explored more of the Caribbean, reaching the coasts of South and Central America. He established settlements and sought to claim these lands for Spain. His voyages brought about an exchange of goods, ideas, and people between the Old World and the New. Section 7. Unintended consequences. Columbus's discoveries had a profound impact on the world, but not all of it was positive. The arrival of Europeans brought disease and conflict to the native populations. The quest for gold and resources led to exploitation and enslavement. The Columbian Exchange, while facilitating trade, also had unintended consequences such as the introduction of invasive species. Section 8. A legacy of exploration. Despite the controversies surrounding his legacy, Columbus's voyages remain a pivotal moment in human history. They ushered in an era of exploration and discovery, forever changing the way we view the world. They led to the mapping of the globe, the rise of global trade, and the exchange of cultures and ideas. Section 9. A world transformed. The world we live in today is interconnected, a vast network of cultures, economies, and ideas that span the globe. This interconnectedness is not a recent phenomenon but has deep historical roots. It can be traced back to the Age of Exploration, a period that fundamentally altered the course of human history. One of the most pivotal events of this era was Columbus's voyages. These journeys, undertaken in the late 15th century, set in motion a series of events that would reshape the world. Columbus's expeditions were driven by the quest for new trade routes and the desire to expand the horizons of the known world. From the foods we eat, such as tomatoes, potatoes, and corn, which were unknown in Europe before Columbus's voyages, to the spices and fruits that traveled across oceans, our diets today are a testament to this global exchange. The Columbian Exchange, as it is known, brought about a profound transformation in culinary practices across continents. To the languages we speak, which have been enriched by words and phrases borrowed from different cultures. This linguistic diversity is a direct result of the interactions and exchanges that began during the Age of Exploration. The blending of languages and the creation of new dialects are a testament to the enduring impact of these early encounters. The world bears the mark of this encounter between continents. Cultural exchanges, the sharing of knowledge, and the blending of traditions have all contributed to the rich tapestry of human civilization. Art, music, literature, and science have all been influenced by the cross-cultural interactions that began during this transformative period. Columbus's journey, though flawed and fraught with unintended consequences, serves as a reminder of the complexities of exploration. While it opened up new worlds and opportunities, it also led to the displacement and suffering of indigenous populations. The legacy of Columbus is a mixed one, reflecting both the potential for human achievement and the darker aspects of our history. Reminds us of the power of exploration. The spirit of adventure and the desire to discover new lands have driven human progress for centuries. Explorers like Columbus were motivated by curiosity, ambition, and the hope of finding something extraordinary beyond the horizon, and the enduring human desire to seek out the unknown. This quest for discovery has led to some of the most significant advancements in human history. It has pushed the boundaries of our knowledge, expanded our understanding of the world, and connected us in ways that were once unimaginable. The legacy of exploration continues to inspire us to look beyond our immediate surroundings and to dream of what lies beyond eyes.